Ice in the bay, yo.
Hey you guys, it's your girl underscore Sheeta. We're here with Rugo from Detroitbuildsbosses clothing line.
Yo, it's your boy Rugo, the CEO of Detroitbuildsbosses, and y'all now tuned in with the BlockReport1on1.
When did Detroitbuildsbosses originally start?
Detroitbuildsbosses, it started originally last year. I want to say around July, August, around this time. So far I've been doing it for a year. I've been a fan of fashion for a long time. Just trying to think of something that's catchy that, you know, I can find my own niche. Because just studying fashion, I was always told that you got to find your own niche to promote yourself, something that's going to stand out from everybody else. And I seen everybody was doing custom work throughout the city, and everybody had Detroit involved in their name, but I wanted something that could help me stand out, and that could also help people in the city of Detroit stand out too. And just our whole history, you know, famous and infamous, is like Detroitbuildsbosses everywhere, you know, every city, every hood. And whether it's legit or illegal, it's like you still had that persona, like, man, I'm a boss, I did this on my own, I come from the mud, so I wanted something that could cater to everybody, any walk of life in Detroit could relate to it. And that's where Detroitbuildsbosses came from.
Okay, that's what's up. What is your definition of fashion?
My definition of fashion is going against the grain, doing things that are not considered normal, and just having that attitude like, man, you can do it. Like, not having that whole thing of being too subconscious. You know, most people, they be afraid to do certain things. It's like, oh man, I don't know if I should do this. Or even with colorways, it's like people scared to do, you know, lime green foam posits with, you know what I'm saying? Like a lime, like a red snapback or something like that. It's like people like, oh man, I don't know how this will look in public, but you catch attention. I think fashion, one of the avenues is based on is attention. You know, a lot of these times, like when you see fashion shows, even in other countries, it's based on attention. Like certain stuff is like exaggerated, but when they sell it, it's not always that.
That's how you get yourself out there. Cause
Yeah.
even me, I'd be like, what? And then you be like, you know what? I will wear those shoes.
Yeah.
It's really not even about the whole outfit. It's about pieces, bits and pieces. Cause even celebrities, red carpet, they wear the dress, but when you see the dress on a fashion show, it's just something on their head or something on their face.
It's like they're not gonna actually sell a peacock wing in the actual outfit, but it's like it's something to exaggerate it and catch your eye. It's like people, they just have to understand niches, and you know that whole thing that create social currency too. That's something I learned reading this book called Contagious, and it's things that that the author touched on that really helps businesses become what they are. Like I remember I was watching a Nipsey Hussle interview, and he said he was reading the same book, and in there it talked about a guy who was from Philadelphia. Everybody knows it's the home of cheesesteaks, and he had a cheesesteak restaurant as well, but he wanted to charge $100 for his cheesesteaks, and everybody of course thought it was crazy. But as time went on, he got Oprah Winfrey, David Letterman, like all of those type of personalities to come through and see what he was doing. And it's not only were you paying for the food, but you were paying for the experience too. And he told them as well that that was his niche on how to sell his cheesesteaks and stand out from the rest of the city. So that was something I really gravitated towards. Like, I need something that's gonna help me stand out as far as a designer and a fashion designer as well. So niches are very important when it comes to business, music, fashion, everything. It's helping stand out.
How would you describe your personal style?
My personal style is versatile, because I mean, I can do something real simple, a basic sweatsuit. It may be gray, but then my shoes and hat may be red or maybe blue, something like that, where it's like it may not be doing too much, but then it'll still stand out and catch people's eye. And then other times it depends on the occasion. If you know it's a suit and tie event, of course I'm gonna have a nice suit on, maybe a loud shoe, or maybe it might be a quiet suit. You know, something that can differentiate between simple but classy, but then you step in the room, it's like, okay, he's gonna catch all the attention because he has such and such on, or he has a suit, or he had made a hat on. It's like, man, like that's crazy. I really go off of statements. So I can have a basic thing on, and I can easily be wearing my Detroitbuildsbosses shirt, and people be like, man, like I love that shirt, bro. That's dope. And it's like, yeah, man, you know, we all bosses in our own right. So that's why I do it. And you know, statements to me, they stand out more than anything. Sometimes even what people could say, like what you wear can be a statement a lot of times. You know.
Okay. Are you in school for fashion?
Actually, to some people, I'm actually not in school for fashion. I ain't gonna lie to y'all, I went off of YouTube. I just studied YouTube for like 6 months straight. And I got a couple books, you know, I looked up to certain fashion icons and just took bits and pieces of what they did, you know. I kind of just went from there, you know what I mean? Just studied on my own, did a little bit of research, you know. Google and YouTube, very important tools. But don't be afraid to read, y'all. Get a book, it's cool.
Okay, have you shown any of your clothes at any fashion shows like The Walk or anything else?
Actually, I've been involved in a fashion show, I want to say early 2015, by a fellow designer by the name of Ray Sleeves. He's the CEO of Detroit Sleeves. He's worked with a couple different artists, even out of the city. Dej Loaf was caught wearing one of his shirts on Channel 4. And he's been putting on different mixers for fashion and other business entities as well. It's just a networking party where different companies, whether it's fashion, videographers, photographers, everybody can come mix and mingle, get to talk, get to know each other, and push their business. And that was my first opportunity, which is what let me know this was also going to work as well. You know what I mean? Because most people, they got to grind for years and years. Not saying that this didn't take work, but that was my first opportunity, and I took heed to it. Like, man, if this is something I really want to do, I have to take advantage of these opportunities and let people know that I am serious and this is something that I love doing. So, yep, actually earlier 2015 was my first opportunity.
Okay. Well, consider you a good candidate for being in the fashion world.
I would say just my hunger is one thing, because you know, as long as you have hunger and determination, ambition, it can take you as far as you want to go. You can do something real basic, but as long as you out hustle your competition, you calculate every move that you have, and you try to better your next step than you did your last, it'll help you stand out in every situation.
Where do you see yourself in 5 years doing this?
5 years, my favorite question. 5 years, God willing, with hard work and determination, I want to see myself owning 2 stores. It really with my 2 stores, I don't want it to just cater to my line, but other lines that's coming up in the city as well. Because you know, it could be somebody that's at the beginning stages with their clothing line as well that might not be as far as me, or that may be further than me. And I'm just a firm believer in, you know, us helping each other out and us being there for each other. And it's, you know, it's so much hate and low-key envy in the city that you just want stuff to be, you know, on a positive note. You know what I mean? We can help each other if we work together. It's just that simple. So in 5 years, I'll see myself owning maybe 1 or 2 stores, you know, Metro Detroit area, downtown, near Greektown, thriving in business and continuing doing what I love, and hopefully it'll open other doors and opportunities for me to express myself as an artist, as a designer, and other areas as well.
Okay. How do you handle stress when it comes to this?
Stress. Oh man. I got a couple gray hairs from stress with this this whole line, but you know, it's all a stepping stone, as I was told. You know what I mean? I think even every 9 to 5 I've ever had is a stepping stone too, because you know, I always told myself like, man, I hate having a job. It's so stressful, and I just want to own my own business and woo. But little did I know, every job I've had has been training me for the process I'm in now. You know, retail, customer service, being able to talk to people. Every job that I've had has been something that was along those lines. So now that I have my own business and my own clothing line, I get to interact with people and use those same skills that I had in a job. But you know, the only stressful thing about it is it's just getting people to be on one accord. You know, you gotta express certain prices and why you charge a certain amount, because most people think you're just trying to gank them out of money, and it's really not that. It's really you paying for material, because once people get behind the scenes, realize what you're doing, it's a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like material costs, it's not cheap at all. For, you know, these t-shirts, it's like you can wash them 100 times, they won't peel, crack, or anything like that. And for that type of material, it's pretty costly. So when I charge maybe 15 for a t-shirt, or 20 or 25, you know, to me that's reasonable. But also I'm looking at it from a business standpoint too. I'm not always just looking from a customer standpoint. But you know, those can be some of the stressful things about it. But I mean, actually, you know, I just pray about it and get through it.
Yeah, you already answered like my next question. I was gonna ask you, how do you deal with arrogant customers, and do you consider yourself a people person?
I am a people person, and that's a job within itself too, because like you said, you got to deal with arrogant people or people that want to argue about prices. It's like you got to just kind of see, you got to understand where the customer is coming from. Mm-hmm. That's something I learned applying for jobs and stuff like that. It's crazy. But I really just want to express to my customers that I don't look at them as just products and customers. I look at them as family too, because you're investing in something that's long term. You know, I actually want Detroit Build Bosses to be historic in the city of Detroit. You know, as a Detroit versus everybody, or you know, each brand that represents the city in a positive way. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like, you know, just dealing with customers every day. You know, you have some that's like, okay, I'm gonna come through the day and pick up my shirt, and then they don't come at all, or they don't come for another 2 days, and it's like you hoping that you still have certain inventory in stock, because it's really it's tedious trying to keep up with everything. But you know, it's definitely a learning process.
Okay. What are your thoughts on the current fashion and the future fashion? That's what trends coming on now.
My thoughts on current fashion. Honestly, I think a lot of the current fashion is repeating itself.
Like 80s, I swear 80s is
80s is like coming hard. And it's so funny because sometimes I think of stuff in a technical way, like, wait, we were born in the 90s. We don't really know too much about 80s fashion like that. But at the same time, I guess when you do certain research and certain stuff from the 80s kind of carried into the 90s. So it's like not much really changed at all. But, you know, the state of fashion now is like really crazy, because I remember maybe like 05, 06, everybody was wearing somewhat baggy clothes, like 4X tees, 5X tees. And now you got people that's like 300 pounds of muscle, but they wearing like extra large tees. And it's like, it's so crazy, because it's like, man, culture change is something else, man. It's real crazy. Like, I remember you was wearing 5X tees, bro. Now you wearing tees that's hugging your muscles real tight, and shorts that's like capris for guys. Like, it's crazy. But it's like, I mean, it's definitely a culture change, man. It's, you know, it's something that you got to get used to. And if you're into fashion, you can be open about it, because I know naturally me, it's like, man, that's crazy. I don't know if I wear it. But then again, you know, just in this walk of fashion life, it's like you have to be open to different ideas. So.
And you have to express yourself. Like,
exactly. You know, that's definitely what it is. Just being able to express yourself and accepting, you know, people being different. Really, that's what fashion is. It's just being different.
Like me, myself, I love going to the mall and looking at people. I'm like, I don't think I have the balls to wear that. But I'm like, it's dope though. All right.
Like, it's crazy. Like, I got an all red pair of Patrick Ewings, and my friend was like, bro, like, why are you wearing that shit, man? I was like, no, it's just different, man. Like,
what are your daily tasks with your company?
My daily tasks will consist of actually getting more material in as far as shirts, more vinyl, which consists of the different color letters, brainstorming different ideas, different logos, something that can be, you know, basic but still stand out. Just keeping everything at a maintenance, really, just staying proactive, you know what I mean? Looking at the different sizes that I may need to restock. Some sell more than others, some don't sell as fast as others, but you know, just mainly keeping track of everything that I do. I actually have a small shop built in my parents' basement that I take care of and keep up maintenance. So that's pretty much like my daily task, just checking on certain things, making sure everything works in the correct way. So when I have a big order to fulfill, everything's running smooth.
Okay. Are you comfortable with dealing and working with designers and models?
Yeah, actually that's a new aspect that I had to get used to. You know, my first fashion show, I wasn't used to it at all. That was my first one. But everything ran smooth pretty much. I'm actually looking to work with more artists and more models in the near future and further ahead as well. Just because, you know, being in that world, it's like it's bound to happen, and you have to network with everybody as much as possible. So I'm definitely open to working with more models and more designers to come.
Okay. What do you... Let me see. What do you... Dang, I kind of messed up. Shit. I did.
That's a dry run, people. That's a dry run. Don't worry about that. We got it. We got it.
Right. So I got you. What hobbies do you have related outside your fashion?
Hobbies.
Like, do you have any other fashion that involve
I
clothing?
really just love art, period. Like, I'm really into tattoos. Let's see, of course, music. I'm involved in music as well. I'm trying to start my own company, build my own studio. Just serving my many talents, or at least the two talents that I'm most passionate about, which is music and fashion. Really just, I'm really just a regular, cool, laid back dude, man. I mean, like, I love hanging out, doing basic fun stuff like bowling, all the stuff that people want to do. Like, everybody asks me if I'm in the clubs. It's like, I've been doing that stuff since I was 17. So a lot of that I kind of outgrew. Like I'm 24, you know, I'm getting older, so certain things, certain aspects of fun have kind of changed. But yeah, man, I'm just pretty cool dude, man. That's the stuff I'm into, like as far as hobbies, just art, music, hanging out, enjoying, really just enjoying my time and catering my time towards my fashion. Like that's really what I'm into mostly, and I love making money. So that's definitely my biggest hobby. I love making some money.
Okay, so we about to go back to your word. Who is your favorite big person now, like singer, rapper, and fashion? What do you like about their style? I told you Wiz Khalifa. That's
yeah, I gotta give it to Wiz. Wiz definitely do his thing, music and fashion wise too. Definitely somebody that's a pioneer. They go against the grain. Of course, I gotta say Jay-Z. Of course, Kanye. You know, he been one of the fashion guys for a long time, man. You know, that's another guy. He stepped against the grain. If it's winter time and mud and snow everywhere, you can count on him to wear all white and not care at all. Like
he made me, like all my middle school years, I had the Kanye West scars with the children. I still got it. I got a green and black one, and I got a rainbow one. Like I love him.
Like man, that's definitely one of my heroes as far as fashion and music goes, man. I try to, you know, I don't want to say emulate, but a lot of his stuff I admire, so I'll take bits and pieces from that too, in a sense, you know. And as my fashion career grows, I like to step in other aspects and genres of it too, but for right now, it's kind of going real good with this urban thing.
Okay, so before we get out of here, do you have a website where you can find your clothes, your Instagram?
Actually, yeah, y'all can follow me on Instagram at Rugoreefy. Y'all can catch all of my normal day activities, everything concerning my fashion, different events that's coming up. And I also got a surprise for the hostess, Ms. J.
Yay!
Some exclusive Detroitbuildsbosses tanks for the ladies. They come in pink. Right now, pink is the main color that we have. We're looking to get more colors in. And we also working on the fall line as well. Because I know it's finna get cold. This summer finna end real quick.
Man, so fast. It's now like just heating up now.
I'm telling you, that's something that's like, you know, and I actually got another one for you too. That's something you can wear out. It's something that, you know,
all this sweet for you.
You can wear, you know, around the house. This also for y'all ladies. You know, we got the looser fit, and then also we got the fitted tees too. We got y'all. We ain't forget. You know what I mean? So that's for you as well. You know, of course, my man's DOD on the lens. You know, we got something for him too, exclusive. We ain't forget about you, bro. You know, we got you, man. You know, that classic black and white. Can't go wrong with it, man. You know what I'm saying? Also, you know, told you, we got y'all, man. I appreciate this opportunity. Definitely. Yep, and that's how we doing it, man. Detroitbuildsbosses, brand life. Y'all be on the lookout. Support my mans in this videos too, and the lovely Jay for doing what she does, man. This job is not easy. It's not easy. Don't try to get it twisted. Don't ever play yourself. This is not easy. So I thank all of them for this opportunity, man. I had a great time.
Okay. All right, you guys, stay tuned. This is the BlockReport1on1 __ Sugar and Rugo.